From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
It's a plan that could allow government affairs to play out behind closed doors. We're tracking a new bill going through the state legislature.
We'll take you down to Nogales and across the border. What these students do caught the attention of the Vatican and Pope Francis.
And just as we got out of Afghanistan, President Obama is calling for military action against ISIS in the wake of Kayla Mueller's death.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Maria Thompson.
And I'm Twila Nugent. Thanks for joining us.
President Obama's plan to fight ISIS is heading to the Hill. This comes a day after confirmation of the death of ISIS hostage Kayla Mueller. The president is asking Congress to authorize military force against the terrorist group controlling large parts of Iraq and Syria.
Our coalition is on the offensive. ISIL is on the defensive, and ISIL is going to lose.
President Obama's new plan is limited to a 3-year operation that would allow troops to go after ISIS outside of Syria and Iraq. A president hasn't made a request like this since the start of the war in Iraq 13 years ago. The president also mentioned repealing the 2002 war authorization. Congress still must vote on this resolution before any boots hit the ground.
And Obama's draft for war comes as Arizona and the nation mourn the death of Prescott native Kayla Mueller. The 26-year-old aid worker had been held hostage by ISIS for more than a year. Cronkite News reporter Megan Thompson talked with an expert on whether this loss is the tipping point to war.
Many flags remain at half-staff today, all to honor Prescott native Kayla Mueller. Her family, friends, and the state still heartbroken over her death.
She wrote, "I have come to see there is good in every situation. Sometimes we just have to look for it. And right now that's what we're all trying to do."
While in Washington, a new draft, a declaration of war, now sitting in the hands of Congress.
The president's point is that he wants to dismantle and destroy ISIS. I haven't seen a strategy yet that I think will accomplish that.
It will extend a year and a half at least into the next president's term. And a lot of my Republican colleagues here have made it pretty clear that they want to put boots on the ground.
All this coinciding with Mueller's death, but ASU professor Daniel Rothenberg says her death may not have been the tipping point in war.
This wasn't an execution, an atrocity purposely videoed by ISIS and then broadcast around the world.
Professor Rothenberg says we've seen much more brutal deaths at the hands of ISIS before, and that this draft of war is probably no surprise to Congress.
I'm not sure that it isn't as much coincidence as anything else, but none of that minimizes the tragedy.
And while Mueller's death may not have been the final straw for President Obama, for her family and the state, her spirit is a force all its own.
But what was so extraordinary about Kayla is she did ordinary things to extraordinary measures.
A legacy they hope will live on. In Phoenix, Megan Thompson, Cronkite News.
Professor Rothenberg says there is one positive to come out of these tragedies. He says now this may open up people to debate, discuss, and change policies on Capitol Hill.
The entire nation is affected by the death of Kayla Mueller. Reporter Brooke Wazowitz spoke with Syrian groups on ASU's campus who are taking her death and her mission to heart.
Losing Kayla was like losing one of our own.
Zaina Alatar, the president of the Save Our Syrian Freedom organization, had never met Kayla, but took this as a personal loss.
She wasn't a member, she wasn't anyone I knew, but I truly feel like I've lost a friend, I've lost another humanitarian, and it's not something we should take lightly.
Members of the Muslim Liberty Project were also devastated by the news.
She'll always be remembered as a hero, someone who went to Syria and helped Syrians, refugees, and did humanitarian work.
One thing I would really caution against is to not let Kayla turn into a number and to not let Kayla turn into a statistic.
These student groups will work to ensure that the significance of Kayla's death is not lost. In Tempe, Brooke Wazowitz, Cronkite News.
Kayla Mueller was the last known American hostage being held by ISIS. Cronkite News will continue to track reaction in any congressional or military action in the days ahead.
Breaking news from the Board of Education. According to 12 News, Arizona Superintendent of Public Instruction Diane Douglas fired the executive director and the deputy director for the State Board of Education today. It's not clear whether Douglas has the legal authority to do that. Board members are appointed by the governor. One of our reporters has reached out to Douglas's office, and they refuse to confirm or deny. There has been a lot of talk at the Capitol about transparency, lawmakers, and the process being accessible and open to the public. A number of bills concerning access have made appearances this legislative session. One of those bills is Senate Bill 1435. It is a bipartisan measure calling for change to Arizona's open meeting laws. This bill would allow legislators to meet behind closed doors without notification to the public. This proposition adds to an overlying theme of secrecy at the Capitol after Governor Doug Ducey eliminated the visitor's log from his office, meaning no record would be kept of who meets with the governor and his staff, something the Democratic Party called the governor out on.
I'd like to know what's the process of making decisions and who has that impact. Oftentimes politics has the image of decisions being made in closed, smoke-filled rooms. That's typically or stereotypically the way things were generations ago, and we want to make sure that we don't revert to those days.
Governor Ducey's office has reinstated their visitors log as of this week, and press secretary told me that the log and the governor's meeting schedule are both available by request in order to promote transparency.
A Senate committee passed a bill that would conceal the names of law enforcement officers involved in deadly force incidents. The Public Safety, Military, and Technology Committee passed Senate Bill 1445. It would conceal the name of officers involved in the incident for 90 days unless the officer consents to the release of their name, the officer is arrested or formally charged, or if the criminal investigation of the incident is complete. The bill was heavily opposed by those who say it limits transparency between law enforcement and the public, but it was supported by people who think officers should be protected from retaliation, like in the case of a Pinal County deputy who received death threats after a shooting incident early this year.
If you guys want to weaken the First Amendment, because let me say this, officers put their lives on the line. So I'm here to help win hearts and minds. You're not going to win hearts and minds of the people by further restricting accountability.
Along with that was the deputy's name and the deputy's photograph. And so the fallout from that was death threats to his family, death threats to himself, constantly having to look over his shoulder. We had to put a 24-hour security detail on his home for 2 weeks until we determined that the threat didn't exist.
A date has not yet been determined for when the House will vote on the bill.
Phoenix's new permanent police chief, Joe Yonner, is talking about his priorities for the force after he was officially sworn in this morning. Yonner has been the interim police chief since the firing of David Garcia late last year. Today, Yonner praised officers for their safety efforts at the Super Bowl and also focused on 5 goals for the department: crime reduction, community engagement, structured training for officers, technology upgrades, and hiring more police officers.
We're scheduled right now to hire 55 officers in 2015. We have 15 that start the academy on March 2nd. It's just the beginning. There's going to be more hiring in the years to come, and developing and enhancing our workforce at the line level is critical to our future.
Yonner has been with the Phoenix Police Department for 30 years and has overseen officer patrols from the Super Bowl, NBA All-Star Game, and the opening of the light rail.
When an emergency happens that requires law enforcement, most will reach out to the police right away. But for minors who have been drinking, it's not that simple. Senate Bill 1190, a medical amnesty bill introduced by Arizona Senator Kelly Ward, will be presented to legislation for its 2nd year in a row. The bill would allow minors who've been drinking to contact emergency services without the fear that they will face prosecution. Tempe's undergraduate student government president, Cassidy Pacell, worked with Ward on the bill. She says this will not just allow students to reach out for medical assistance for friends without fear, but it will help victims of sexual assault.
Our biggest priority is saving that student's life, whether it's your own or reporting a sexual assault because you yourself were in danger. You know, all of those things are covered, and they're able to walk forward with confidence to the police officers and make sure that they are able to get the kind of assistance that they need.
The bill is expected to be heard in committee next Thursday.
Before the measles outbreak, everyone was concerned about Ebola. One Chandler doctor is still recovering from the virus and was at the White House today. Dr. Ian Crozier was at part of a group of Ebola survivors to meet with the president. Crozier, who you see standing behind the speaker at the podium, has been recuperating with family in Chandler. He was diagnosed with Ebola in September while helping victims in West Africa and was treated in Georgia. 2,800 troops were deployed to fight Ebola in West Africa, but just 100 will remain by April 30th. The White House says Ebola cases are declining in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. Troops staying will work with Liberia's military and others fighting Ebola.
Students from Nogales are walking across the border to do some real good for people in need. Coming up, how one special letter is further encouragement for them to continue their work.
And 3 immigration bills went up for debate in the nation's capital today. We were there as a Tucson bishop testified in a heated congressional hearing.
This winter, we'll take you to the heart of Downton.
You have to take control of your feelings before they take control of you.
Thomas. We'll place you at the scene of the crime.
Trouble seeks you out, doesn't it? Yes.
And we'll fly you to the ends of the earth.
Are you seeing this?
Support the one place that can take you any place.
Hi, I'm Beth McDonald, host of 8's brand new show, Arizona Collectibles. Filming for season 2 is right around the corner. For your chance to be a guest on the show, visit us online at azpbs.org/collectibles.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Make sure to sign up early because spots fill up fast. I look forward to meeting you and seeing your treasures. Until then, thanks for watching. Thursday nights at 7:30 on 8 HD.
News doesn't stop on Friday at 7:30 at night. PBS NewsHour Weekend is kind of a natural next step. The NewsHour's been committed to being available on air or online, and now weekdays or weekends. There's no shortage of news that's out there, but why do people come to us? To give them some context and analysis that they can't find somewhere else.
PBS NewsHour Weekend, only on PBS. Check local listings.
There's a new focus on the plight of migrant workers, all because of a letter a group of students in Nogales wrote to the Pope, and Pope Francis wrote back. As part of our Cronkite News commitment to bring you access across Arizona, I traveled with the students across the border as they served food to recently deported Latinos. The students go to school on the Arizona side of Nogales, but walk across the border to help those people recently deported. Their letter to Pope Francis touched not only the hearts of those in Vatican City, but around the world.
Dear brother, your letter and those of these students from Lourdes Catholic School in Nogales have touched my heart because of the drama they describe, but also because of the hope they manifest.
High school students at Lourdes Catholic School are part of the Keno Border Initiative, a group that works to unite and serve 2 border communities. Faculty at the school say that more than 60% of these kids cross the border every day just to come to school. But the Keno teens did not recognize the problem until joining the club.
These people aren't here just to damage the country. They're not. It's not their intent. Keno teens really made me think about that. There's a lot of good people getting treated badly.
I see 2 cities with great economic opportunity.
In addition to national presentations, advocacy work, and holiday activities, the Keno teens will visit the Comedor at least once a month to provide comfort and support for Mexican and South American migrants.
One powerful way we do that is not only by the services we provide, but also by the way we serve people. In our center, when we serve a meal, there's no soup line, so the migrants don't get up and walk through a line and receive the meal, but we serve them.
Father Sean says that the Keno Border Initiative served almost 39,000 meals last year, and that the letter from Pope Francis will serve as motivation and a reminder that the small city of Nogales is making a big difference.
It's very overwhelming, I guess. The next thing would be meeting him.
And if they receive enough funding, meeting him is just what they'll try to do when Pope Francis makes a visit to the States. The group is raising money to travel to Washington, D.C. in September when the Pope is scheduled to address Congress.
It's not the Pope, but another man of the cloth was in Washington today to discuss immigration enforcement proposals before Congress. Liliana Salgado has a story from our Washington bureau.
Immigration enforcement and undocumented minors were the subjects of 3 bills discussed today, and Tucson Bishop Gerald Kikanas was here to oppose them.
Bishop, I'm happy you're here.
That was probably the only thing Representative Luis Gutierrez and opponents were happy about at today's hearing regarding 3 immigration bills.
You will never elect another Republican president of the United States of America. The immigrant community won't allow you to ever do it again.
But it's not all politics for Tucson Bishop Gerald Kikana.
We believe the church has a voice to play in the public arena because we come at it not as politicians, not as partisan politics, but as moral issues, as issues that are at the heart of the values of whom we are.
Values that protesters felt a need to literally stand up for as their tension grew. Part of that suffering include minors, a topic discussed on Bill H.R. 5143, which calls for immigration officers to return unattended minors to their country, denying them a stay.
And our country has to receive these young refugees as other countries are receiving refugees. And we would never say to another country in the Middle East, don't accept these young people who are fleeing from danger in Syria. We need to do the same for young people in our own region that are fleeing persecution.
But outside the hearing, Kikanas did not seem optimistic. He tells me nothing has changed on immigration reform since the last time he was here 5 years ago. Live in Washington, D.C., Liliana Salgado, Cronkite News.
A legacy to be proud of.
And a chance for young adults to improve their future.
This program gives more job options to students who think college may not be possible for them.
Departure.
Siri can recognize your voice on your phone. What about recognizing the voice of an airplane pilot? The newest technology in the works.
The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself.
Let's turn the page.
I believe that this nation should commit itself.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
You can almost divide American history before Robinson and after Robinson.
Seeing is believing.
We broke records. We broke barriers.
This is incredible.
Suddenly the big picture makes more sense.
We have unprecedented access.
Now I can face my ancestors. Now I'm looking into their world. Now I can see where they walked.
A new program is helping inner-city youth dream big. As Mark Manguro reports, the Legacy program makes sure these kids have the skills they need to succeed in a professional work environment.
When the final bell rings, most kids are done with school for the day. But in Phoenix, a small group of students choose to stay late to help prepare themselves for their future.
Bam! Everybody saw it?
The Legacy program helps students who might not see college as an option and gives them the skills necessary to get a degree and compete for a job. With limited spots available, not every kid made the cut.
The school has identified a student to be at risk or need some mentorship.
Growing up in a tough environment has a way of making young people feel defeated. Legacy works to change that mindset.
I am a leader and an innovator. Through visualization and critical thinking, I will accomplish whatever goal I set in my mind. My legacy has begun.
Students from Camelback, South Mountain, and Metro Tech High School all participate in the Legacy program, meeting Monday through Wednesday during the week and on Saturdays as a group to work on character development and life skills.
Just to talk about a lot of personal things and a lot of things that we need to get out and almost like venting so it doesn't pretty much pop up when we go into the workforce.
The instructors also focus on teamwork and use unique methods and personal experiences to connect with the kids.
As I get to know these kids, it's really exciting to see that and how we share some similar barriers that I had to overcome. And so it's a really cool opportunity.
As the character development phase finishes, students will move into financial literacy training as the next part of the program. In Phoenix, Mark Mangura, Cronkite News.
APS is helping the program with career ambassadors who will partner APS employees with the students to teach and mentor them in the utilities industry.
At Deer Valley Airport in Phoenix, the pilots get to test state-of-the-art technology. Meryl Fischler got a look at what this means for the future of airplanes.
Honeywell Aerospace is flight testing voice recognition software similar to Siri and other technology available in cars. Honeywell's innovative prototyping environment is replacing planes' traditional multifunctional control display unit with a tablet interface. With the tablet, they are testing emerging technologies like touch and voice recognition in the cockpit. The company is working with pilots to determine where voice and touch have value and functionality for navigation. Honeywell is working towards text-to-speech technology to eliminate language barriers between non-native English speakers and air traffic controllers, as well as misunderstandings due to radio static. The technology is still only in the engineering and research phase, but we can expect it to be used in the not-so-distant future. Live from the control room, Meryl Fischler, Cronkite News.
A different perspective of the sky. We'll take a look at what the weather will have in store for us this weekend.
Well, right now it looks like spring is in full effect here in downtown Phoenix. Right now we're sitting at a warm 80 degrees. It's been mostly sunny all day today with a couple of clouds sprinkled here and there. One thing to note though, we do have 10-mile-per-hour winds right now. And that's expected to continue on for the next few days, so it should be windy. Now just to compare, just to see how hot it is right now, the record high is 83 degrees back in 1951. So we're only a few degrees shy of that record, so it's going to be expected to be a hot year this year. Let's take a look in and around the valley. We have Mesa over here at 77 degrees, Scottsdale's at 78, Tempe at 80, and over here at Goodyear at 81 degrees right now. Taking a broader look across the state, up north we're always a little bit cooler, 49 degrees at the Grand Canyon, 60 at Prescott. Yuma's already at our record high at 83, and then down in Tucson, 74 degrees. This brings us into our 5-day forecast, where you can see we're going to have nice, clear, sunny skies all the way through Sunday with no chance of rain. We should hit 79 degrees tomorrow and then bump up to those mid-80s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So on Saturday, if you have any fun outdoor plans for Valentine's Day, you're in luck because you're expecting beautiful weather. But be sure to have lots of sunscreen and water because it will get hot. Then on Monday, we're going to drop down just a bit to 78 with a 10% chance of rain. So we will be tracking that rain for you. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Brooke Wasilewicz.
Teaching in a high-needs school isn't for everyone.
But for some, the recognition they receive makes it all worth it. We'll take you inside one of the award-winning teachers' classrooms.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning, that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, thrive.asu.edu.
Should I believe in the world, Mama?
I think so.
Should I give up and hide, or should I stay and fight? Should I believe in the rules, Mama?
What are the consequences?
Can I speak out my mind in these changing times? I don't know what to believe, Mama.
Will you march with us?
There's a fire inside, there's a storm on the rise. Give me a reason to be, Mama.
Buonasera.
'Cause I need someone to believe in.
The world is more complicated than it's ever been.
The NewsHour is always going to take you deeper and take you broader.
And that is worth fighting for.
Night after night, 7 days a week.
I'm Maria Hinojosa.
I'm Gwen Eichel. And I'm Judy Woodruff.
On behalf of all of us here, thanks for watching.
Cronkite News is proud to join the Arizona PBS News Block here on 8HD.
Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on Arizona Horizon.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon with our weekly update of state legislative activity, and get caught up on issues from south of the Gila in our monthly feature, Southern Exposure. That's next on Arizona Horizon.
Cloning a great teacher may be a little far-fetched.
But one program allows the teachers of today to show the teachers of tomorrow how to be excellent.
Gabriel Cordoba Hawthorne went to One Mesa Elementary School to see it in action.
Whitman Elementary appears to be like any other elementary school, but when we go inside the classrooms like Miss Tiffany Thompson's, we see the differences.
Macaroni and cheese.
Everybody freeze!
Tiffany Thompson is a Rodell exemplary teacher.
Yep.
But before she was an award-winning teacher, she was a Rodell promising student teacher.
I was lucky enough to be mentored under Miriam Matamati, who was this amazing teacher in her classroom. The things that I learned from her, you know, little things like building relationships and not raising your voice.
Tiffany has carried Miriam's quality teaching method to Whitman Elementary, where she now gets the opportunity to mentor and have a similar impact on Rodell exemplary student teachers like current ASU student Vanjie Briseño.
I love Tiffany. She's really awesome. You can tell she's a strong teacher, and I feel like she's going to be a great mentor throughout the rest of my student teaching.
For a teacher to be a Rodell exemplary teacher, they must be nominated by their school principal and do exceptional teaching at a high-needs school.
Time. And if we're talking about time, we need numbers. I enjoy being at a high-needs school because I feel like these are kids that need the extra attention and need good teachers in the classroom to help them to be successful.
Putting in extra hours on the weekends and after school are just a couple of the things Tiffany does to make her exemplary.
Christopher Columbus, it's the name of a person. I'm going to highlight it.
In Phoenix, I'm Gabriel Cordoba Hawthorne, Cronkite News.
After completing the student-teacher program, Rodell exemplary student teachers are required to work their first 3 years in a school that qualifies for high needs.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Find top Arizona stories anytime at CronkiteNewsOnline.com.